you're meeting me for the first time, welcome to the channel. This is an extension of Being Real George. Today we are talking about interesting personalities today in Nigeria, which include and is not excluding Reno Omokri as well as we go into the process of this. And then, of course, the main person is Abba Kyari with regards to his recent allegations, or would I say, recent exposition by NDLA. Thanks for those who... Is it Ochuko? I have to check my Twitter. Like, one of you was actually very interactive with me on Twitter when I was talking about this whole thing. Like, take a moment to think about this. In Nigeria, Abba Kyari, some of you are thinking that Abba Kyari here, his career is on the line or something, or his career is gone or something. Hey, listen. How come there's already a pending case about him in relation to Hushpuppi, and he still had the time, and he still had the opportunity, and he still had the authority to be involved in active service with regards to something that concerns drug? Come on. If you don't understand that Nigeria right now, and Nigeria today so now, that Nollywood with their act, you know, go get sense. But we are going to go into the details of this particular case, because if you don't look at every detail of it will not make sense to you. Like you know already, I'm an analyst, and I'll be back after the short intro. Welcome back once again. Okay, now let's take you a little bit backward. Okay, now last year, Hushpuppi was linked to our dear Super Cop, now turned drug dealer. I don't know how long he's been doing that. And it's been a case of should he be extradited? When are they coming for him? When is FBI coming to package him away to that side and do what they have to do with him? But of course, Nigerians, we must protect our own. If you have been watching my religious quote and unquote content on Being Real George, Christians will always say, oh, let's cover our own, let's protect our own, George not. Why are you watching this video right now if you are quote and unquote in the whole Christian circle that say George not? Because it has to do with pastors and whatever they are doing in the name of Christianity, because they are GOs. The impunity we face in Nigeria cuts across whether you are in religion, whether you are in government, whether you are in society, because it's a national problem we are having. Come to think of it, now let's look at the drug video itself. Ask yourself a question: who took the video that he was in the car? The person, of course, was behind the car. It had to be someone. If not, would they say that there was a camera in the car? Who owns the car that the video was taken? Abba Kyari himself was not on uniform. If you look at the picture of that particular video before he entered, according to what we have seen online, it's like he's in front of a restaurant, blah blah blah, based on what you can see right there on the screen, the banner right there. Okay, it's a Jeep and they were sitting in front. Now, one thing you have to note that if you listen to the words of the NDLA boss that was talking about this, listen to him yourself.
11:05 a.m. on Monday, January 24, after the agency gave the officer the green light to clear along, he and Kyari began a WhatsApp call for the rest of the day. The officer conveyed their willingness, in quotes, to play the game. At this point, Kyari disclosed that the 15 kilograms already taken out was shared between the informants that provided the information for the seizure and himself, as well as his men of the IRT of the Nigerian police. And arrested some traffickers that came into the country from Ethiopia with, according to him, 25 kilograms of cocaine. He proposed a drug deal where he and his team are to take 15 kilograms of the cocaine and leave the 10 kilograms for the prosecution of the suspects arrested with the illicit drug.
Very good. You heard him talk about WhatsApp message, talk about, you know, 2 hours ago, kilos of drugs that had to be concealed and then some had to be used for prosecution, and how he's linked to the whole drug thing. And you have to just sit down for a moment and think. Abba Kyari right there is not on uniform, same as the other person wearing his normal Hausa wear with his cap. And if you look at the video, I think he was intentionally, in my opinion, showing his phone because there was a WhatsApp conversation right there. Now, I don't know what they were saying in their language, of course. They were speaking it, but the translation is there on the screen. But let's look at this objectively. And then the other man that was driving the car showed him $100 bill. Two of them are obviously Nigerians, not as if there's a foreigner and then him, even though they have been linked to an Ethiopian person that was caught with drugs. Take a moment and think about it. I thought he was on suspension. Hello? After the whole Hushpuppi thing that is still probably under investigation, or probably under with a panel that is supposed to look into it. Then how come this January 2022 he left? He went all the whole lot of mercy, and Nigerians are not thinking. Although yes, of course, there are a lot of conspiracy theories about this. That what if this is more of like a way to stop him from being extradited by the FBI to face his charges in relation to Hushpuppi? And some people have even brought Obi Cubana into this, but I will look at that as we go on. Because one thing you have to understand is that Nigeria, the way it is, if you are not thinking, see, this man you see here is not an ordinary man. No, like, this is a super cop. His level in the police is not like every other person. Of course, for him to pull this off, if this is real and not staged, it has to indeed be well organized. But what gave him the power to still be acting without uniform or not, but not even corporate? Okay, let me not even make that significant. Even when he's still under investigation. If you think about this, you know that there's something really maybe fishy about this whole thing. When did NDLA just wake up and announce somebody wanted? Like in Nigeria, you know who the person is. Not as if the person is like someone that nobody knows. You know who Abba Kyari is. You know where he's living. He's someone that's he's top. Why would NDLA come and announce he's wanted? And NDLA release video and announcing him wanted. Which kind of Nollywood role that they play for Nigeria? So you release the video, you're announcing him wanted. Just go and pick him up, release the video and say that he has been arrested because of this. Even though some people will say that, okay, maybe they took him and then did arrest. But even if you look at it at RNG or whatever, think about it in a moment. NDLA, a whole body, release a video, announce first online, and they later go and get him arrested. And you tell me that there's not something not fishy about that. Think about it for a moment. Because if you sit down and look at this, you know that something. Now for a fact, you have to understand this. The same Abba Kyari was in a function recently as spotted with Obi Cubana. And Obi Cubana himself was more of like, taking in for some questioning about his link to drug people that had paid some money into his account, blah blah blah. Oh wow, the next thing I saw, even though I say I don't like the fact that Obi Cubana is dragged into this, but I don't know him. All this thing where we see for social media and packaging, so I don't know anybody. Now wait till I see for social media where I go analyze based on saying I saw at the work, do my thing. They get me now. So based on the matter now, they don't catch anything implicating on Obi Cubana. Of course, who he come do interview with later, Daddy Freeze, where he come to talk say, oh, I cannot be, the last thing I would do in my life is to be linked with anyone in drug or something. So let's not go into the whole thing of bringing Obi Cubana into this right now, because so far as he's not been caught with facts or something, or maybe trialed or given a judgment on him or something, we cannot really accuse him at the moment, because there's really no evidence. If there was an evidence against him on what he was being taken in for, all of us would have known, right? But let's look at the main subject here, Abba Kyari. A super cop himself, won prestigious awards. In fact, being at the helm of affair with things that has to do with Nigeria. He was even, they made a special video about him in BBC. Of course, him being extradited to the US based on all of these charges would be a very bad name to Nigeria as a country. Of course, Hushpuppi already has brought his normal name. It's not even just a name. It has dented the image of the country. You watch me right now, wherever you are in Nigeria or outside Nigeria, as a Nigerian, however you conduct and put yourself wherever you exist, you represent the country. So let's not look at this as mere public figures, but when it comes to Nigeria, for a fact, based on who he is and his position in the country when it comes to his profession and career, of course, he is connected to people that are placed in high places that they may not want him to be, publicly disgraced and extradited to the US and all those kind of things, because that is Nigeria's number one. But this is to show you the deep level of corruption we have in the country. This is we ourselves showing ourselves that indeed this is what Nigeria is being known for. Look at, we are talking about drug. Between fraud and drug case, which one do you think has a higher weight outside Nigeria in the US? Do you know that some countries like maybe in Saudi Arabia, like in Dubai, that if you are caught with drug, one straight execution. But look at the way we are just playing with drug. And sometimes I watch my people in the East that are talking about this particular drug that have been youths right now have been taking over there in the East. I don't know whoever brought that particular drug that they take, and then they're messing up. And I see youths, younger people themselves, messed up a whole lot because of this. I don't know what they call it, media or whatever. I'm like, when did Nigeria just become this point that is just we have not dealt with the Yahoo issue. We are now dealing with drug issue. And the worst of it all is that you have seen nothing to really, if this conspiracy theory is true, that this might be a setup, because I'm going to read something up to you right now that is in the Constitution about this whole thing, that is making this conspiracy theory make a little bit of sense. If this conspiracy theory is true, that he himself might have been, like, might really be intentionally setting himself up so that he will not be taken away to go and be tried or something, so that he will be tried in Nigeria or whatever. Why would you use, of everything, drug charge someone that, but look at it normally in your right senses, just be logical at least for once. You have caught a thief. I'm not saying he's a thief, but just imagine you have caught a thief for a crime, maybe robbing a bank or something. And while that particular thief is in transition to the police station, the thief jumps out of the van, sees another bank and goes there to rob, or sees someone and collects the person's handbag. Or imagine you have caught a thief. While you are taking the person to station, you know that drug is not allowed in Nigeria. It's not something that is more of like, you understand. And the thief removes drug he's taking, and he's taking right there in the van with you. And you ask yourself a question. Where do you think the problem really is? If he could be this bold enough to still go out and still be involved in his job, because at this point now he's not doing his job, but he's still using his power as who he is to act, even though he's not on uniform. Certain things are very questionable. Look at the video itself. It was well shot and edited with Wondershare, like as if this was planned. Like, wait, think about it. Just take a moment and think about it. Who was taking the video from behind? Or see, no be say Nigeria. Oh God, think. Nigerians, Reno Omokri, shot, edited, and then they blurred the man that was doing the money thing with him and only showed his face. And you could see that some of the things there he was saying are very intentional. The way he was showing his phone was very intentional. The way is it naira, is it dollars that we spend in Nigeria? But they were showing dollar there just to make everything make sense. I'm just looking at if that particular conspiracy theory is true. What kind of a person that is under investigation still leaves and then goes to go and perpetrate this kind of crime and is being recorded? They know who was behind in that car with them. If it was planned, they know who was shooting the video. It might just be Nollywood playing before you, but you're not getting the point. Look at the case of the CEO that she killed, that it's alleged that she bafukad. Today, what has she said? Oh, she did not do it. Nigeria, see. There is always a higher power involved in certain kind of things, especially when you have links. You have not been hearing this story of this or guy here that says somebody died in his hotel. You see the way Nigeria is. If you are someone that is influential, you have a name, you have connections or something. Now when you don't know a person, the police go deal with you. Some people are just one call, disappear. One call, your case don't go. That's the way the country is. That's why sometimes when I look at the advanced countries and the way they don't certain things, even though there is a little bit of corruption there, but it's not as pronounced as it is in my country. It breaks my heart. At this level, NDLA as a whole, police as a whole, look at this drama and you're not thinking and seeing what is really going on. The best I can do is just sit down and give you some pointers. Does it even make sense to you? No, think you check them now. Check them. Now let me read something to you that might shock you. Let me read something to you right now that might shock you. Please help me confirm if this is in your constitution. My dear fellow Nigerians, help me confirm if this is in your constitution. Look at your screen. Mandatory grounds for refusal of extradition under the Nigerian law. Section 3, subsection 11, number 9 of the Nigerian extradition law states as follows. Extradition application will be rejected where the fugitive criminal has been charged with an offense under Nigerian law, other than the offense for which his surrender is sought, but has neither been discharged or acquitted of the charge. Please, my dear wonderful Nigerian people, listen with your brain. Oburu Diginisi. He could not have been implicated or implicate himself with something that is in relation to what he has already been charged and he is sought after for by the FBI in relation to Hushpuppi. So it had to be something else. So what can be even greater than that might have been what they thought of if the conspiracy theory is true, to have implicated him with a drug thing. But I'm telling you, if he's even charged with this tomorrow, they say that he has been arrested. Yeah. If a guy is in prison, he's gonna be chilling with the big boys. Small stout. Okay, they don't drink alcohol. I guess he's Muslim, so he'll be drinking Ever water and 5 Alive. Yes. But are you getting the point now? So the conspiracy theories might be true. That this might just be a way to stop our Oga from, of course, if he's taken away to the US and disgraced, that will not be good now. It will not be good. Sure, you know now, it will bring bad name to Nigeria. But that does not mean that when we see evil, we don't speak about it. Even though he should be an example. If not, the likes of Daddy Freeze that went to Hushpuppi's house without knowing what he does and other than was there praising him and was there doing what he go, hey, yeah, Jesus should even go. Didn't you watch the videos of, even at the end, he still came and the same Hushpuppi is linked to him. Oh! So ask yourself a question. If you want to operate, if you want to commit a high-profile crime, you have to deal with high-profile people. Hushpuppi had everything. He needed attention. He got the attention from social media. He was well known, of course. There are many Hushpuppis than the one you know. Those one know they can't show their face. He was dealing with high-profile people. When we say if he call Abba Kyari, say how far? What? Arrest this person. This person he won't spoil my business. A high-profile crime, high-profile people. If Abba Kyari has been caught indeed to have done this, if you have looked at logically, how can he be caught? Who was recording? Oh, what is this one for? Because they know that Nigerians will not believe if they come and say that he has been arrested for this. So they have to record video and show you. But tell me, Nguma not here. Tell me. Or if you have been looking at my videos about pastors on Being Real Judge, you will know that everything that has come out about someone here and there, about pastors I've talked about, are things that come from insiders that know them too well, that have lived with them and they know them exactly, and they come out with proofs and evidence, not like setup. So if the person that recorded this is part of the ministry, they know who he is now. That person may have more information about Abba Kyari. But if this is a setup, then it makes sense to me. If it is a setup, use your brain and think about this thing. But let us leave that one. Make we leave him. Make you not be like say they talk too much. But if you get sense, you go get sense. Anyhow, as they don't talk America, they go wait. If Nigeria deal with it, if not all these things are just to delay, later they go. America, they go wait. When you don't finish, because normally maybe they will send him to jail and say he's serving jail time. This kind of person now, they feel try him, send him to jail, but he is still working there in the police. On paper, on news, he is in jail. A guy is still working in police, collecting salary. There you go. He's still under investigation about FBI. Think under investigation about FBI now. He's still going to go and work and do active service and go and conceal drugs. What if tomorrow they try him and say he's in jail for drugs or something or whatever? Oga will still be chilling with the big boys at home. If this can happen when he's been alleged of fraud involvement in Hushpuppi, what will happen if Nigeria system decide to hold him and trial him or blah blah blah? But remember the extradition law of Nigeria that I just read to you. If you get it, one negative sense, one. Okay, Now I'm talking about our guy here, Reno Omokri. Of course, he has endorsed Atiku. Because Nigeria musical understand. Oga, we know how vocal you are when it comes to what happens in church, religion. In fact, you're a motivational speaker, Reno Omokri. I greet you. I follow you everywhere. I learn a lot from you. Congratulations on your vocality and eloquence and everything that has to do with you. One make I remove cap for you. Say you don't try. You don't take. Make I remove. Make it not be like say I know. You know say everybody what they talk, I get respect for them. If I want hit what I want hit, I hit the fact one day on my own, day my day. Okay, when you come talk about Tinubu, you know say me I know they endorse anybody for a year. Of course, the level where I did so now. Anyhow, one name baga, intipia, nkopia. Oga, you opened your mouth and you came out here and you were talking about Oga Tinubu saying the PP for pants, say make you go rest. Say you can't define waiting being disease, whether waiting uncontrolled urinary bro. Kai. Oga, you were still in government when Nigeria was going through all of the corruption it went through under Goodluck Jonathan government. Although Goodluck Jonathan did well, he tried, he did his best for the country. Okay, I will not lie about that one. But for you to come out and speak in such a despicable manner, I know that this is just politics for you, Oga. PDP, APC. Should Oga Tinubu Jagaba and go and rest? I think he's too old. I think he should go and rest. In my opinion, Oga is too old. But that PP thing, of course, you have seen the video. Some people came and say, "Oh, it is Photoshop." No, there is Photoshop, but is there video shop? Like, how can you video shop that nyash and put there? But it makes logical sense to say person fit sweat for nyash. Even though if that kind of hit they supposed to from back, it makes sense. What you said makes sense. But don't make this a political regamum rangangum krinkum krankum. Anyway, thanks for watching and I hope to see you in my next amazing video. Bye bye.
Onídúró mi ẹ ṣeun púpọ̀. Onídúró mi ẹ ṣeun o. Onídúró mi ẹ ṣeun púpọ̀. Ó jẹ́ ènìyàn ló dúró mi wọ́n ti mọ̀ sí ego. Onídúró mi ẹ ṣeun o. Ọlọ́run o. Onídúró mi ẹ ṣeun o. Onídúró mi ẹ ṣeun púpọ̀. Ó jẹ́ ènìyàn ló dúró mi wọ́n ti máa ṣeré o. Onídúró mi ẹ ṣeun o. Onídúró mi ẹ ṣeun o. Kùtù ọmọ tí mo jọmọ Jésù wá tí mo jọmọ dádì. Onídúró mi ẹ ṣeun púpọ̀. Ó jẹ́ ènìyàn ló dúró mi wá tí mo ṣe o. Onídúró mi ẹ ṣeun.